Coming up on Look Today, well, Saratoga County Sheriff's Office held a press conference today and we were there. Plus, Peerless Pool inside the Spa State Park in Saratoga has reopened after some much needed upgrades. And Congresswoman Elise Stefanik is working to save local newspapers. All ahead on Look Today. Welcome everyone, I'm Jay Hood Jackson. This is Look Today. On tonight's program, I sit down with Eric Sy. He's Executive Director of the Fund for Lake George. And he's here to talk about the work that organization does to protect the Queen of American Lakes, as well as their upcoming annual meeting that's happening July 7. I also sit down with none other than Jim Cronin, owner of Cronin's Golf Resort in Warrensburg. Now we're on location at the golf course in this special edition interview with him. And we're going to talk about what's going on at the course this season. Plus, we've got your weather for the Tri-North counties, but first, these headline stories. Well, in our lead story, Saratoga County Sheriff's Office held a press conference today at the De Crescenti Brewing Distribution Company in Mechanicville. Now, the event was the announcement of this year's July 4 Stop DWI campaign. And the Saratoga County Sheriff, Mike Zerlo, announced that they will be administering unannounced DWI checkpoints all throughout Saratoga County around the 4th of July holiday. Now, according to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, 41% of traffic fatalities around the 4th of July are caused by drivers who are intoxicated. Well, we were at the press conference this morning where Sheriff Zerlo spoke.
If you're going out, have a plan. There's many options available to residents of the county for ride-sharing services. People tend to go out and don't have that plan prior to them going out, and they face the consequences of getting arrested. We will be out in full force this summer with our law enforcement partners. We need to keep the roads in Saratoga County safe, and we intend on doing that.
Remember, don't drink and drive. And also, if you're driving, be aware of everything and everyone around you. And also a reminder that the blood alcohol legal limit in New York State is 0.08. That is a lot fewer drinks than you probably realize. All right, in other news, well, the Peerless Pool, great pool, inside the Spa State Park, Saratoga, has reopened after some much needed upgrades. Now, the pool's grounds and infrastructure recently underwent a $2.9 million renovation. The bathhouses that were once rusting and difficult to find are now well marked and brand new with energy-efficient bathrooms. And the concrete, by the way, that surrounded the pool has been replaced with greenery. Well, we spoke with Elaine Chinian. Now, she's the Regional Director of New York State Parks and Recreation.
Well, as you might recall, it was a very old structure that was built in the 1960s, and it was deteriorated, and there was a lot of concrete. There was a maze of courtyards and restrooms that were difficult to find and not very inviting and difficult for us to maintain and keep up after 5 decades. So it was great to do a completely new. We demolished all of that and built a much smaller bathhouse that is modern and sleek and comfortable and well lit and well ventilated.
The pool, by the way, looks absolutely beautiful in the surrounding area as well. Really nice job. And switching from news to weather, you're going to have a reason to use this pool. Although today was wet, the temperatures are climbing and we'll hit the 80s and the 90s over the weekend. So let's see how the rest of the week is shaping up. For a more detailed look at our weather, let's head to the Glens Falls Weather Center for a look at your first forecast.
Thank you, Jesse. I'm meteorologist Clarence Ponster with your first look weather update on Look TV. Earlier today, we've had rounds of showers and storms begin to clear out our area as we take a tire view at the northeast. You can see that big bulk of storms that went by during the overnight hours on your Thursday. Heading into Thursday night, though, that low pressure will swing on by out of our area. It'll take its time, though, according to this model. High pressure will eventually dominate. But here comes a heat wave that could be expected over the weekend. For now, a few possible showers early. May see a 10 to a quarter inch of rain. 61 the expected low. As we head towards the early morning hours, skies clear out and we'll see the sunshine with temperatures reaching the lower 70s by 9 a.m. Full sunshine, mid 80s for highs. May see some patchy dense fog. Southwest wind about 5 or so miles per hour. Our extended forecast shows a hotter trend heading into the weekend. 92 with the low is 68 for Saturday night on Saturday. Second half of the weekend looks brutal. 96. Dew points about 70 degrees. Heat indices maybe as high as 100 to 105 in some isolated spots. So take it easy. Drink plenty of fluids. Make sure you wear that light color clothing. And we'll be down into the upper 80s at best for highs, featuring pop-up storm chances early next week. So we're in for a heat wave potential across the Capital District. That was your first look weather update on Look TV. I'm meteorologist Clarence Ponser. Now I send it back to you, Jesse.
Thanks very much, Clarence. Heat wave is coming. And back to the news. Well, Congresswoman Elise Stefanik is working to help save local newspapers. How? Well, new tariffs that are currently being imposed on imported uncoated ground wood paper from Canada. Now, this is the paper that most newspapers use to print, and the rising cost of paper from these tariffs could potentially put some local newspapers out of business. And this is why Congresswoman Stefanik is co-sponsoring the Print Act, which would exclude this kind of paper from the tariffs. Now, in a press release we received today, the Congresswoman stated that local news is a critical part of our North Country community, and I am pleased to support this legislation. Me too. Up next, I sit down with Eric Sy. Now, he's Executive Director, Fund of Lake George, and he's here to talk about the work the organization does, as well as their upcoming annual meeting. It's a great interview. I also sit down with Jim Cronin. He's the owner of Cronin's Golf Resort in Warrensburg, and I'm smiling because we're on location at the golf course in this special edition interview with him. He is always a great interview. And we're going to talk to him about what he has going on at the course this season. But first, if you see news happening, you want to share a story idea, how about join us for an interview? Then give us a call on the hotline. The number is 798-8000. Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Look Today. I've got a couple of things to go over tonight. I told you about a program we started here at Look Media a while ago called Your Look. That enables companies that have videos that are a little longer than the 30-second dollar a holler commercial. We're giving them airtime to run them. And one of them that we just started is starting to get a lot of reaction. It's the Adirondack Folk School. And it's only a 2-minute piece, and you're going to see it in and out of our programming. It's about all of the wonderful, unique things that go on at the Adirondack Folk School. And this one happens to focus on canoe making. It's very, very cool. Well, we got a bunch of these in the works. And if you're a company out there that's interested in having the video you run on your websites also reach our television audience as well as our website, you got to let us know about it. One other thing, Elise Stefanik's office has been in contact with us a lot lately, and we're covering an event tomorrow that she will be attending at Hudson Headwaters up in Queensbury. But a lot of people have been asking me about immigration, and I just want to read a quote that we just got in from her. It said, "The House should move immediately to pass standalone legislation that would end the separation of families at the border, as well as reunite children who have already been separated." That breaks the mold of what the company speak is, if you know what I'm saying when I say that. And she's also co-sponsor of the Family Reunification Act. Good independent thinking there, right? Tonight on Look TV, it's sold. That's our call-in auction program. There's no program like this. You can find some amazing deals on jewelry and estate coins. And don't forget, tune in tomorrow night for the stories that matter to you. Good night, everyone.